Welcome, welcome, welcome. So tonight is our beginner oily DIY night. This is going to be so much fun. I'm going to share a ton of recipes with you. So feel free to take screenshots. This information though is copyrighted, so no sharing the screenshots on social media. But if you don't want to take a bunch of screenshots, you can text the DIYs to 636-243-8133, and you'll get all of them, and you don't have to like screenshot and make sure you didn't miss anything or whatever. So super easy. I'm going to go through the recipes. Not going to talk a lot about, I'll talk a little bit about each recipe. I'm going to maybe a little info as to a particular oil, why it's being used, or maybe some information on carriers or other ingredients in the recipes. I do leverage other people's work. I did not create these graphics, but they are copyrighted, and I did purchase the copyright so that I can share them with you. So I just, you can't share them with a friend, that's fine. Just like sharing them publicly on social media and stuff. So, so some of the ingredients I should give it a little bit of a suggestion on maybe something a little bit different. So, oh goodness, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Patsy. I am the leader of the Sunflower team of essential oil lovers. Okay, my mind is just like going. You know what? I did not oil up. I think maybe I need to oil up. So I'm going to put on some Valor. I can just smell it already on the, just opening the bottle. Oh my gosh. Put some on the back of my neck, my temples, and our built-in diffuser there. So I just put on some Valor, and hold on just. Okay, so we are, like I said, I'm going to talk a little bit about ingredients. I'll talk a little bit about if there's different ingredients that, particularly for carrier oils and that kind of stuff, that I prefer or don't prefer, and maybe a little bit of why. So let's jump in. So I have 31 different slides of different recipes. So again, you want to screenshot them, go for it. Or again, you can text DIYS to 636-243-8133, and you'll get all of the recipes. So joint and muscle cream. So these are the essential oils that are in this recipe, are absolutely amazing, especially combined for joint and muscle pain. So you're going to do peppermint, Valor, Panaway, Copaiba. Mix all that in a bowl with coconut oil. And you do want the coconut oil that stays solid. Use a mixer to whip it until it's nice and fluffy. Store it in a glass jar. During the summer, you might want to store that in the refrigerator for two different reasons. Coconut oil can turn back into liquid when it's warm, but it's also going to be super refreshing, like after a workout or after you've been out mowing the grass or things like that. So it's definitely not necessary, but you do want to keep it probably in a place that's going to stay cooler, so you don't want it doesn't turn into liquid. It's still usable, still works. It just is not a cream at that point. So hand salve. This is a great one, especially if you've got guys around that like to work with their hands. Their hands are always rough and tumble, and this will actually be really good for their hands. Shea butter, beeswax pellets, awesome stuff. Almond oil, lavender and frankincense are amazing skin oils. So you're going to add your shea butter and your beeswax pellets to what's called a double boiler. And basically, you put a pot and another pot on top. The bottom water pot has water in it. You put this other one on top. If you've got really questions, YouTube would be great for, you know, how to do a double boiler. And you're gently melting those. You don't want them to get too hot, your beeswax and your shea butter. Add in your almond oil and keep stirring. At that point, you can put it into small tins and add your essential oils into the tins and gently stir it. If you're using pretty small tins, great thing to use to stir is a toothpick. So you want that salve to harden up, which it will do. And it's a great recipe. I also like to do lemon for guys because it actually will help do some of the degreasing if they work on cars or motors or anything very much. Nose swipe is a very, very interesting recipe. It was created by one of Young Living's Royal Crown Diamonds. She is the mom of 15, so she has lots of lab practice with the kids to see what works and doesn't. And I don't know if you know this or not, but a lot of the germs and viruses and whatever that we get, we actually inhale. So the nose swipe is kind of like a barrier to kind of hit those germs right as they're trying to enter the body. So it's animal scent ointment, or you can use rose ointment. Both of them work great. If you are overly sensitive to smells, use the rose ointment. It is a little bit more expensive, but it smells a little bit better than the animal scent ointment, though you get used to the animal scent super quickly. So you're going to do about an ounce of that, and then you're going to add 7 drops of Thieves and 7 drops of Raven, and you're going to stir all that up. The animal scents and the rose ointment is kind of hard when it comes out of the container, so put it in a bowl and just like mash it up with a fork. Works really well. Once you get that smooth consistency, it usually stays. It doesn't re-harden again once you put it back in a container. You're basically just going to take a Q-tip and just put a little swipe in each nostril. It's great for when you're going to be in enclosed areas like airplanes and stuff, where sometimes it's a little bit easier to pick up germs from so many people. Oh, chest rub is a good one. So this is coconut oil, Raven or RC. Both of those are great oils for the respiratory system. Lemon is another good one for that. And Thieves, eucalyptus radiata, and peppermint. And you're just going to combine them all in a glass jar, store it in a cool place, and just rub it right on the chest as needed. It's awesome. Oil infused lip balms. Those are fun to make. So with the oil infused lip balms, you want coconut oil. You're going to melt that. Take some beeswax and melt it together. You do want to do those again in a double boiler because beeswax cannot get too hot. You're going to add your essential oils. Now, this is suggested with lavender or grapefruit. You can choose whatever one oil that you want. And then you can put it in small tins. You can actually get empty lip balm tubes on Amazon if you prefer to actually have a lip balm tube. It's super awesome. I will give you a little tip from doing this before. When you're pouring things into the lip balm containers, get something that has a good definitive spout on it, and rubber band the lip balms together. Makes them super easy. They don't really fall over very easy, and it makes it really easy to pour all of them in together. So I'm going to take a drink here. Body butter is an absolute great thing to make for gifts, by the way. You've got shea butter, coconut oil, You can use almond or avocado oil, some vitamin E. Whoops, there we go. And then you're going to use 30 to 40 drops of essential oil. Your choice on what you can use. Young Living actually has a lime body butter that is very popular. Vanilla, lavender, frankincense, stress away. Those are all great oils. If you have a favorite oil, I would be using that one. So again, you're using shea butter, so you want a double boiler. You're going to chill that one after you get everything together for several hours. When it is solid, you're going to use a mixer and you're going to whip it. That's going to give it that smooth consistency, and that being that it's hardened and then you're whipping it, it's actually going to hold that smooth consistency. Laundry scent and booster. Great thing, because one of the most toxic places in our homes is actually our laundry room. Between the toxic laundry detergent and dryer sheets, it's amazing how many chemicals you are consuming on a daily basis through your laundry. Because normally, one of the other reasons besides the toxicity is when we put our clothes on, we're wearing them for hours and hours. We're sleeping on our sheets for 6, 8, 10 hours a night. So you're inhaling all of that. You're literally touching your skin, and your skin absorbs all those toxins. So you're really just combining all of this stuff in a bowl, mixing it up, and putting it in a glass container. Always use glass when you're storing anything with essential oils, particularly citrus. So this one is a really great, it's going to be very fresh smelling. It's awesome. So you can put this in your, right in your washer before you do laundry, or you could even use a little bit in the rinse cycle like you would a fabric softener. Tinctures are very interesting thing to make. You're going to combine any of these into a tincture bottle and consume 5 to 8 drops under the tongue daily as needed. So if you, for digestion, peppermint, digize, and add a little liquid stevia in there for flavoring. If you're looking for overall wellness, then you're going to do your thieves. And because we are talking about consuming, you are going to use the Vitality, which reminds me, let me grab some oils here. Or I should have grabbed this beforehand. Okay. There we go. There we go. So we have lime. The white label says that it is a Vitality oil, which means that it is labeled for ingestion. This is lime, not in a white label. This one is labeled for use topically or in a diffuser. This one is labeled for ingestion. They are, both are marked lime. And the difference between this one and this one is literally the label on the bottle. The essential oil inside the bottle is exactly the same. The FDA requires us to label for different, but they are the same product, the same purity, the same quality of product. So let's talk about the recipe for the antioxidant power. Citrus Press Vitality and Lemon Vitality, those are very high in the chemical constituents that make up antioxidants. Awesome stuff. Those are total fun. Foaming hand soap is so easy to make. So easy. You do need a foaming pump bottle. And it's a little bit of Castile soap, some vitamin E oil in there for moisturizing, a few drops of essential oil, and you're good. It's awesome. We actually make all of ours. I have bought the foaming hand soap from Young Living, and I have their nice bottles. They're not up there. I was going to grab one to show you, but we actually make our own to refill them. Sugar scrubs. I love sugar scrubs. And it's great to keep your skin looking nice and fresh during the summer. You're going to take all of the ingredients. You're going to mix them up in a glass or stainless steel bowl. Mix them until it's well blended. And, whoops, add it into a mason jar or whatever. I actually use a lot of recycled jars at my house. So like a salsa jar, as long as it's glass, it works really well. And if I'm going to gift it, then I'll maybe spray paint the lid or put a pretty cloth cover over it. But for me, honestly, I usually use a piece of masking tape and write on the lid what it is. But I do have a nice, pretty labeler. I just have a tendency to grab the masking tape first because it's right there. So remember how I talked about the hand stuff earlier for guys? Doing that lemon in there, it says kitchen fresh, but it's really great for, I always called it the hardworking hand scrub for those guys with their hardworking hands. You've got a stress one with Stress Away and Citrus Fresh in it, and a relaxing mint one, lavender mint. Great, great combination. So with the body butters and the scrubs and lotions, anything that's going to go on the skin, if you use a citrus oil, you might want to make sure you actually wash that off before you go out in the sun. It should be diluted enough that it's not going to cause problems, but citrus oils do make your skin more sensitive to the sun. So that's always important to know. Carpet freshener. We just did this one the other day. I had my grandpuppy here for about 6 weeks, and my house is not really used to having an animal around permanently. And my carpet just needed to freshen up because I get down on the carpet and work out. So I want it smelling fresh. So we just did this the other day. And we actually used purification and peppermint. Purification is a great oil for getting rid of smells. And I wanted the action of the peppermint because it actually kind of keeps the spiders away. So Citrus Fresh and Thieves is another great combination. Super simple to make. A shaker bottle is nice, but it's not necessary. A glass jar and just using a spoon to sprinkle it out of works too. Lash Love. I was just talking about this recipe today to somebody, and I forgot to mention to her that it was going to be in the class tonight. So you can get an empty mascara tube off of Amazon, or you can clean out an old one that you have. Just make sure you clean it really well. You are going to use castor oil. You want organic, hexane-free castor oil. Absolutely great to help the hair grow. And you're going to put some lavender, rosemary, and cedarwood in there and apply it to your lashes daily. Consistency is kind of important here with this one, or you're not really going to see much difference. A friend of mine's granddaughter absolutely loves this, and she uses it every day. I think she's 19 or 20. She's been using it daily for about a year and a half now. Loves it. Bath salts are so fun, and they're so easy to make. Epsom salts, some sea salt, baking soda, and essential oil. And whatever combination you want, there are some combinations listed on here. Joy, Valor, Frank, that would be an amazing one. Any of them are going to be great. If you have a favorite oil, go for it. The one thing I do probably normally kind of say is to stay away from too much citrus, overdoing it on the citrus. And the other thing is, if you're doing this at night, if you're going to use your bath salts at night, to try not to do too much that is too energizing, because you do want to go to sleep. It's kind of sleep's an important thing. So under eye night serum, fun. So lavender, lemon, frankincense, a little bit of witch hazel, and jojoba oil. Now, why in the world would we be putting witch hazel in there? It actually helps to emulsify the oils just a little bit so that they mix really well with the castor oil. And you're going to put them in an empty 10 milliliter bottle. This is one from Young Living, but this is the size of a 10 milliliter bottle. If you're local, I do keep some of these in stock if you just want one or two. If you're going to get more creative and you want several around, order from Amazon. One of the other things that I like to keep on hand, by the way, if you're local, is inhalers. And I have a ton of those, and they're great for the kids because the kids can slip them in their pocket or their backpack for school. And there's no worry about the glass breaking. So that's one of the reasons I love inhalers. Spritzes and sprays. You know what else I keep on hand? 2-ounce spray bottles. You simply add your ingredients to the bottle. I like to use a splash of witch hazel. You can actually also use a good vodka, but you only need a little bit. And again, it's just to emulsify the oil so that they mix with the water better. You've got several different, okay, no witch hazel on the fresh breath spray, not a good idea. But if you're spraying it on your skin, on linens, in the air, then the witch hazel or vodka does a really good job of helping emulsify those oils. Still, I always shake them just to make sure those oils are all mixed up before you spray. A simple toner, distilled water, witch hazel, and frankincense. You cannot get an oil better for the skin than frankincense. It is absolutely amazing for the skin. Baby wipes are fun. So much more inexpensive to make them than to buy them. I like the selected size roll of paper towels. You can either tear them apart, or you can cut the roll of paper towels actually in half. And if you've got a round container to put them in, and then pull that cardboard center out, and then they pop right out through there. So you want hot water to get everything all mixed up, coconut oil, Castile soap, frankincense, or eleme. Eleme is essential oil. Is considered the poor man's frankincense, and so it has a lot of the same properties as frankincense. And lavender. It's super easy to make. Face masks are one of my favorite things. Okay, I keep saying those kind of things tonight, but you want some bentonite clay, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, frankincense, lavender, and tea tree, oils that are great for the skin. You're going to combine the clay and the vinegar, and then you're going to add in the essential oils once those are all mixed up. And you can apply this to clean skin, avoiding the eyes and the mouth as always. Let it dry for about 5 or 10 minutes. Rinse it with warm water and moisturize. It's going to really help to detox the skin. So here's a few classic, sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off, and hubby's on his way home from one of his rehabs. Some classic diffuser recipes. I'm looking to see if my favorite is on here. Okay. I have since seen this in my favorite diffuser recipe in numerous places, but when I did it, I just thought, oh, I need some of this and I need some of that. So a friend of mine was coming over. We were going to work on the computer. I was going to help her because she really struggles with the computer. So I knew she was going to be stressed out. And we needed to focus. So I diffused equal amounts of Stress Away and peppermint. Oh, it is still my favorite diffuser blend. I absolutely love it. It's a very calming focus. So that's my 2 cents there. Roller recipes. Roller bottles are super fun, easy way to apply essential oils, and it's an easy way to get those oils to last longer. Because as you can see, you're going to use a 10 milliliter bottle, and you're using anywhere from 20 to 30 drops. And these are adult strength roller recipes. You're going to use them for a child, probably a child over 6, you'd half that amount. Under 6, you'd probably take it down even by half again. So some great recipes to use. You can always also Google diffuser or roller recipes. Quick tip, a diffuser recipe or a roller recipe can also be converted to an inhaler recipe. So with diffusers, you're usually looking at 6 to 10 drops for the diffuser. Rollers are usually closer to 10 to 25. And inhaler needs 6 to 8 drops. So just adjust your amounts by that. Super easy to convert that recipe. If you've got one that really works great for you in the diffuser, but you're traveling or you want to be able to take it with you for some reason, the inhaler is a great way. They work great in guys' pockets and us ladies' purses too, because they're not heavy like a roller bottle is a little bit heavier because it's glass. So hair mask. Well, we mask the skin. Why not the hair, right? So you want some coconut oil, rosemary, and lavender in a double boiler so you don't overheat the coconut oil. You're going to melt it, remove it from the heat, and add the essential oils. Allow to cool slightly so it thickens, and then wrap a towel around your shoulders, dampen your hair with some water, and then apply the mixture and work it into your hair. You're putting the towel over your shoulders will make sure you don't get any oil on your clothes. Thieves wipes are very similar to the baby wipes that we made before. So, in doing the paper towels and all that is what I'm talking about. The easiest way actually to make Thieves wipes is to use our Thieves household cleaner. Absolute my favorite cleaner in the world. I use it to clean everything in my house, from my windows to my doors, door handles, counters, sinks, showers, floors, toilets, everything gets Thieves household cleaner. And it's what we also use in our rehab projects because it will blow you away. If you ever want to see a testimony on some of what Thieves household cleaner has done in some of our rehabs, just shoot me a message and I will send you the pictures. Absolutely amazing. Thieves scrub, it uses the Thieves household cleaner. That is actually what I use in the showers and in the toilets to give it a little bit extra scrubbing power, even though it gets sprayed with the Thieves cleaner, and then that just make sure you want to get all that hard water stuff off. It's baking soda, Thieves household cleaner, a tiny bit of white vinegar, and lemon essential oil. It is a regular at our house. I have actually, when my housekeeper came to work for me, she had never heard of Thieves cleaner or anything. It is all she uses at her house now because she sees how well it works and that it's non-toxic. So another interesting DIY, did you know you could make mouthwash? So some distilled water, a pinch of salt, peppermint and Thieves Vitality oils, add into a mason jar, swish for 30 seconds daily. So easy. These recipes, They're all super easy for you to make and stretch your oils and get some of the toxic things out of your house. Cough drop, throat drops. Coconut oil, raw honey, some Thieves Vitality, and lemon Vitality. Super easy to make. If this is one of the more complicated recipes on here tonight, is this one still easy? But Young Living actually does sell 2 different kinds of drops, a Thieves hard lozenge and a Thieves cough drop. It is legal for me to say that it's got ingredients in it that FDA is approved for us to say cough drops. They are super powerful, super effective, super effective. Awesome thing to try. Bathroom fizzies, baking soda, some citric acid. Now that may be something that you would need to buy that you just don't have laying around. Everything else we've talked about tonight, other than bottles, roller bottles and such, you know, okay, most people, I guess, don't have Castile soap unless you've been making your own cleaners, but I find little bottles of it at Target, super inexpensive. The bigger bottles are more cost effective, but if you're only going to make a couple things before you decide if you really like it, those small bottles, I think they're 2 or 4 ounces and they're like $2, I think. It's been a few years since I bought them, but not that long ago, that I think that it's $2 or $3. They're not that expensive, and it's a good way for you to try and see if that's going to work for you. So you're mixing all of these up, and then you're putting them in silicone molds, letting them dry, then put them in a glass container, and when you're ready to use one, you just pop it in the toilet. Super easy. Homemade veggie spray. Who needs that? I needed that. I ended up buying some because I couldn't find my recipe for it the other day. Silly, silly me. A little bit of apple cider vinegar, some filtered water, and some lemon in a spray bottle, and you're good to go. So this does take a 16-ounce spray bottle. Amazon has got great, great spray bottles. If you're looking for any of the links of the stuff that I use that I've talked about getting off of Amazon, just shoot me a message and I'll send you where I get them, which particular ones I like. Hair detangling spray. Wish this was around when, or I knew about it when my daughter was little. Super fine hair. Some lavender mint daily conditioner from Young Living, some distilled water, some geranium and tea tree essential oils. Super easy. Again, that's a 16-ounce spray bottle that one likes. Mattress freshener. Yes, please. You're going to use some Thieves household cleaner, some purification, tea tree, and lavender. You're going to add it all to a spray bottle, and you're just going to spritz the mattress and allow it to dry. I like doing this obviously on laundry day. It's super easy because I spritz it down, and it's usually 3, 4, 5 hours before I get back to making the bed anyway. Perfect time. Grill cleaner. How awesome, huh? Some baking soda, some Castile soap, lemon, and a little bit of distilled white vinegar. Again, these are super easy recipes. Do not let the DIY stuff intimidate you. Okay, this is a super fun one because we get to eat this one. Some coconut water, some Ninja Red, some Orange Vitality. Pour it into popsicle containers. If you don't have popsicle containers, plastic cups works, ice cube trays work. When my kids were little, we used to use small Dixie cups and stick popsicle sticks in them. Super easy. And this is going to be super delicious. So that is the end of our slides tonight. And so Tuesday night, 8:30 Central Time, same bat time, same bat channel. You'll find me here teaching more about young living, essential oils, or other things on health and wellness that I like to teach. All of these get uploaded to the YouTube channel. So if you found this on YouTube, make sure you click subscribe so you can find all my videos back. They also are posted in the Facebook group. And I'm going to turn the recording off now, and I'm going to answer any questions because I don't do a good job of seeing questions and stuff when I'm recording. It totally makes me lose my train of thought, and that's not good when you're trying to make sense of things. So, good night, folks.